Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Here are the top stories of the day as covered on Mega News. Greek farmers are weighing their next steps after talks with the Prime Minister failed, in their view, to produce concrete results. Delegates from 62 blockades have returned to their positions, where local assemblies are now being held to brief the rest on the outcome of the talks and to decide how to proceed. According to those present, discussions covered issues including delayed agricultural subsidies, management of foreign payment agencies, lost income, low pensions, an EU trade agreement with South American countries, and the spread of animal disease. The government offered a more positive assessment. The Agriculture Minister said both sides agreed to further examine production costs, including electricity prices and fuel tax refunds, and described the discussions as detailed. Farmers' representatives disagreed, saying the meeting produced mainly promises and vague commitments. They have now returned decisions to the blockades, where assemblies will determine whether protests continue or escalate. The search for 16-year-old Laura has entered its 12th day as Greek authorities expand their investigation beyond the country's borders. According to police, Laura was last seen between January 10th and 11th in the Zographou area, where security cameras recorded her movements. Witnesses told investigators she entered a bakery, asked to use Wi-Fi, and requested that staff call her a taxi towards central Athens. Police are also reviewing evidence suggesting she may have attempted to mislead authorities after her school backpack and student pass were found abandoned near a trash bin. The investigation has now extended abroad, with inquiries underway in Germany and Ukraine, the countries of origin of Laura and her parents. Authorities are trying to trace relatives who may have been in contact with her, though no results have emerged so far. Police believe she did not use transportation requiring a passport check. Laura's parents issued a public appeal describing the past days as dramatic and denying reports of abuse at home. They said disagreements were limited to school performance and urged their daughter to return, saying she would be welcomed with unconditional support. Authorities are investigating an inmate-on-inmate killing at Korydallos prison near Piraeus, southwest of Athens. A 49-year-old Albanian national was found dead in his cell on Monday afternoon after being attacked with a makeshift weapon in what officials describe as a shanking. The victim was serving a maximum sentence for homicide and weapons possession. He had previously escaped from custody in June 2015 and was recaptured in December 2024. Albanian authorities had also requested his extradition to serve sentences for homicide and attempted homicide. The alleged attacker is a Greek national currently on remand and facing homicide charges. Investigators are examining all possible scenarios but are treating the case as a suspected targeted killing. Early assessments suggest the two men belong to rival groups within the prison. Taxi services are disrupted today and tomorrow as drivers in Athens and Thessaloniki stage new strike actions over transport policy, taxation and competition in the sector. In the Athens metropolitan area, taxi drivers began their 48-hour strike today, continuing through Wednesday. The action follows a 3-day walkout last week and was called by the main taxi drivers union, which also scheduled a protest gathering this morning in western Athens. The union accuses the Transport Ministry of refusing dialogue and introducing reforms without consultation. Drivers are calling for a gradual transition to electric vehicles, a clear regulatory distinction between taxis and private hire cars, access to bus lanes when carrying passengers, and changes to tax rules they describe as excessive. They also object to competition for multinational transport platforms and to provisions in transport bill currently under discussion. In Thessaloniki, taxi drivers will hold a separate 24-hour strike tomorrow from 5 a.m. until early Thursday. Drivers plan to gather near a sports arena, then stage a convoy to the airport and regional government offices. Greece is preparing for a severe weather as a powerful low-pressure system develops over the central Mediterranean and moves eastward. Meteorologists say the system will begin affecting much of the country from today, with conditions worsening through Thursday. Strong winds will dominate today and Wednesday, mainly from the east and southeast, with gusts reaching up to 120 kilometers per hour. Coastal areas, islands, and urban centers may face disruptions to transport and infrastructure. From Wednesday into Thursday, heavy rainfall and thunderstorms are expected to increase the risk of flooding, particularly in western and southern Greece, the eastern Aegean Islands, the greater Athens region, and Crete. Authorities are urging caution in areas prone to water accumulation. Snowfall will continue in mountainous and semi-mountainous regions, with the potential for snowstorms and thundersnow affecting travel in remote communities. Meteorologists say forecasts will become clearer within the next 24 hours. These were the top stories of the day as covered on Mega News. Thank you for watching.